Hey y'all, welcome back to the It Ain't All About You channel. My name is Brian, and today I want to talk about the gender madness that's been going on in our society for, I think, far too long. Whether or not it's good for our society, or it's good for the gay community, or if it's good for anybody. Anyway, so make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and let's get into it. For me personally, I think we actually need to get a big time hold on the gender situation going on. Um, I was just talking to my doctor, and they're like, "Well, what do you identify as?" And I'm like, "I I'm an adult male. Like I'm a man. So you can look at me and you can tell that I'm a man." Like this notion that you look at someone who has a beard and a deeper voice, and you're like, "That could be a woman," is is kind of crazy to me. And not what the gay community wanted, by the way. We've always been kind of like a little fluid with some of the gender stuff, but it's too much. It really is honestly too much. And what we fought for gay rights and being part of society wasn't the gender madness. It was never about forcing the rest of society onto what we thought, what we feel. Because what I feel, I should never have to impose that onto people that I meet. Explain meeting someone like me who looks just like me and trying to convince someone that I'm an actual ma'am. Like, it doesn't work because our minds are not wired that way. But unfortunately, our younger youth and even the corruptness that's been going on for a long time, they expect the entire population of our entire world to take what they feel and they see and they think in their mind and change it all to be like, I'm just an it. I'm a woman with a beard and a thing down there. It's like, no, like it doesn't make sense, and it pisses off straight people because you're shoving it down their throat. And then especially when it gets into the kids, that's where it's really been going off the rails. Um, I've said it before in other videos. I'm going to say it probably a million more times. Leave the kids alone. Let kids be kids. Let them grow up. And then if they by chance start to go that direction when they're older, still have to go some therapy and make sure that it's 100% right. Because I have seen too many situations, too many stuff that's happened with these young kids where it's being just inundated on them. They're being forced into thinking all this gender stuff all the time at the age of 6 when they just want to freaking play and have fun. And I'm from a generation where we were outside and we played and just none of that stuff mattered. I never even thought about that stuff until I started going through puberty. So when you see a young boy playing with a Barbie doll, like it doesn't mean that they're automatically a girl or gay or anything. Let them be a child. People go through phases, they go through different stuff. And you see these videos online all the time where they're like, "Oh, my child is just born and we're going to let it choose its own gender." Like, does it have a little thing, or does it have a little anything? It ain't that hard. We making it hard because we're making it hard because our society is so easy and people love challenges and they love to feel repressed, and it gives them a purpose, so they yell and scream and fight for things, which is why a lot of this, obviously also money, but a lot of it is because they have too much time on their hand. We're too privileged nowadays to realize how good we actually have it. So we have to make up things, which is making up the fact that my newborn child is a they or a them, and when they're older they will pick their own gender. Like, what? Like, how does that even make logical sense? And it confuses the kid, it confuses people around you, it confuses everything. And the straight people are sick of it. I'm a gay man and I'm sick of it. I want nothing to do with it anymore. Because it's like, I've gotten yelled at by gays and like gender madness people because I didn't pronoun someone correctly or something else, and it's too hard to figure out. Like, I'm seeing you and you have a beard, and I'm supposed to think that you're a they or a girl. It just doesn't work in our brains, and that's okay. But it's not okay that they are so forceful on it. And we have to find a way to push back on that. And this is why I've talked about this many times, that the LGB kind of really needs to start cutting itself off from some of the T and then the rest of the gender queer madness stuff, because it really is madness. It's detrimental to the gay community. First off, it's hurting us big time. And B, it's making things more complicated and confusing. And also, it's taking us to the point where it's like just banging everybody and being it and they and them and zer and all this stuff is supposed to be normal. But it's not, because it's complicated. And we don't need that in our society. We need to find a way to get back to actually being there for each other and talking to each other and trying to find common ground with each other. Some people are going to be a little bit more masculine, a little bit more feminine, but that doesn't mean that you're a boy and a girl at the same time. I mean, I'm a gay man and I have some feminine parts to me and I have masculine parts to me, but that doesn't mean that I'm like trans or a non-binary, because I got chest hair and I got a thing down there. So, which means I am a man, and I don't know why we have to make it so complicated. And the answer is we really don't need to make it complicated. Like, again, we do because people have it too easy and they have nothing else going on in their lives. Hence, COVID made all that go exploded like crazy. Plus, also therapists, doctors, schools, all that stuff, they make a buttload of money on all of this stuff. If you actually think about it, if you trace the money, it's always the money. Always the money. Every time it's always money. People are going to always revert back to how can I capitalize? And the gender madness is a huge capital for a lot of people, a lot of companies. Unfortunately, a lot of these big corporations are realizing that they overstepped big time. Big time. And I'm good. I'm glad that they are feeling in the pocketbook, because what everyone that I truly know in my circle of family and friends, no one likes the gender stuff. They just want to go about their lives. They want to live it, be happy and successful. And those are the things that really, truly only actually matter. So I think what I would try to say is that we need to find a way to communicate with each other, to try to push back more on the gender stuff as much as possible, to try to get it out of the schools, out of our political crap, out of everything, and just realize that little boys, little girls could grow up to being straight, gay, bi, lesbian, all that stuff, and those are okay. The other parts are not, because it puts confusion into people's minds and makes other people confused, and then it causes animosity, and that's just not what we want. It's what we need. We need to, again, talk to each other again. So, and I feel like the gay community really needs to step up on this part and really keep pushing back. And even, you don't have to yell at people, you talk to people. You say, why is it you think that? Why is it you feel that everyone needs to cater to you? Because again, catering to you is main character syndrome. This channel ain't all about you, which, by the way, I'm working on some hats and some logos to try to kind of do some merch, because I love the saying and I really want to keep pushing it out there more, because people really need to realize that it ain't all about you. And I feel like a lot of the gender madness and the it ain't all about you situation go literally hand in hand, because when you are obsessed with that, it's only about you and your thought process and how the whole world needs to cater to you. And it just doesn't work. So what I think we need to do again is just, as a gay community, is just push back on it. And all of us need to start banding together and being like, hey, no, enough's enough. I want to live my life. I want to get a husband. I want to have kids. I want to have a nice career. I want to have a home. I want to have the good life. All the other stuff like that is noise and nonsense. Y'all need to sit down and y'all need to shut up, because you're making a mess for people who just want to live a comfortable life. And they want that too, but they're just so obsessed with this thing in their head that's not real. So for me, gender madness has got to go. We got to cut it back. We got to push it out. So anyways, I think I'm going to kind of end there. I just was kind of giving you my little viewpoint of it, and I'll probably talk about more of this stuff. And I'm also going to come up with some new hat designs because, as you can tell, I like wearing hats, and I'll keep wearing hats. Anyways, remember, it ain't all about you, and you'll have an awesome day and have a good Thanksgiving, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye for now.